We'll see you at the Country Kiwi.
The light, it crept in, a thin silver thread, through the gaps in the curtains above our heads, and the dust motes stand.
So if you're wondering what I'm reading, by the way, I'm reading The Art of Love. In my comments section, somebody recommended me a book. I will never ignore a book recommendation from somebody, especially if they think it's going to benefit me. I know sometimes book recommendations can be a bit more reflective on the person that recommends it than, you know, they're not necessarily recommending it because they know that you will benefit from it. I'm enjoying it so far. It's interesting, but there are one or two parts of it where it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so I'm going to have to reflect on it. So like, there's this bit, what does it say? It says, what is essential in the existence of man is the fact that he has emerged from the animal kingdom from instinctive adaptation, that he has transcended nature, although he never leaves it, he is a part of it. And yet once torn away from nature, he cannot return to it. Once thrown out of paradise, a state of original oneness with nature, cherubim with flaming swords block his way. Does that mean like once you die, you can't come back to it? I don't understand. Like, what does it mean once you're thrown out of nature? Once you're torn away from it, you can't return to it. I don't understand, because that sounds like it's likening Earth and nature to paradise, which it might be, but surely once you die, you're in paradise and don't need to come back to nature. Does that make any sense? I don't know. This doesn't make sense to me. So there are one or two lines like that where I'm a bit like, oh, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, I'm trying to stay open to learning from it, basically. Always stay open-minded. Such good coffee.
The coffee's brewing somewhere downstairs, a familiar comfort chasing the care.
Hello, sorry if the audio is bad. I'm blasting the aircon for Kiwi. It's so hot again. I think it's up to now 28. Probably too hot to like go out walking with her, sadly. I was really hoping we could go and do a walk, but we just had the loveliest breakfast in there, and it just tasted so fresh, light, and it was what I needed. And I've just got another coffee to go because their coffee is so good. I don't know what coffee they're using, unless it's just the actual love that goes into making it, because you can tell they care about everything they're doing. I really want to see this place succeed because it feels different. It feels so friendly, and they feel like they actually care, and that's quite rare now, making it. The Kiwis are always really good at making coffee. I did find that when I lived in New Zealand, the coffee standard was very high. Morning! Sorry I've not spoken to you for a bit. I had my mortgage chat yesterday and it just sucked the life out of me. It was such a long call. I just couldn't make a basic decision. Like, do I want to be on a tracker mortgage? Do I want to be on a fixed one? Should I do 2 years or should I do 5 years? And because I feel all of these big changes coming in my life, I don't know what they're going to look like yet. I can just feel all the shifts internally. Because I can feel all these big changes. I don't have any clarity on decisions I can make right now. I've done my best to progress it. I don't want to be making these decisions yet without understanding what my path forward is, but I also don't want to be homeless. I don't want Kiwi and I to be homeless. so that's done for now. I've still got a lot of life admin to do around that. I need to get lawyers and stuff like that, but I'll figure it out. Today we're going to focus on something a bit more important than that. I had a full beauty pie order delivery, so some of the cosmetic products that I usually use, and I said I would show you like what my typical order is, but I also said that we would start to do a bit of an audit on the animal cruelty and clean ingredients side of things. That's been expedited because those protesters in the US break into that facility and rescue all the beagles. I don't know if you've seen any of it on social media. So now my heart is absolutely breaking, and I need to start the audit process on the products I use. So Beauty Pie, I've triple checked. Their products are cruelty free. So obviously a lot goes into a product, right? It's not just the product itself, it's all of the ingredients in it. You have to make sure that any of those ingredients aren't being tested on animals to go into the product eventually. Beauty Pie are cruelty free, but they are PETA certified rather than, I think the gold standard is like Leaping Bunny or something. I really need to get more educated about this. But anyway, so I've had a Beauty Pie order of the things that I usually use. So I still need to look at the ingredients for like human health. Stand by for that, but I'm just going through products that I usually use, and then I'll tell you what we're going to do today afterwards. The Stronger, Shinier Hair Shampoo, Ultra Nourishing Conditioner, and these are the main products that I use on my hair. So I have this super healthy hair serum that I use for split ends, because just get a haircut, Miriam, but no, use a serum instead. So we're a bit silly like that, aren't we, sometimes? I got more of the Super Healthy Skin Amazing Sleep Oil, because when I do a Beauty Pie order, I just make sure I also include my go-to repeatable product. And I use this moisturizer, triple hyaluronic acid moisturizer. And then these two I opened because I used this morning. So I'm trying their waterproof mascara in brown. I usually use Swede mascara. I need to look and check if they are also cruelty free. I got the Wondercolor shadow stick that I usually use, but I picked the wrong shade. I ordered the complete wrong shade. It's too dark. You can't even see it because I basically wiped it all off. So that's kind of annoying, but product itself is very good. The shade is just wrong. So I'm going to do an audit of all the products that I use, but I'm going to do it incrementally with you, because obviously in this economy, nobody can afford to just throw out the products that are not cruelty free. So if I'm going to use the stuff that I have, and then when it comes to restocking, I'm going to research that product, and if it's not cruelty free, explicitly cruelty free, I'm going to find a swap for it. I'm running really low on my Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm, and I have used this product religiously for years to remove makeup. I use this and like a damp cloth, a lot more sustainable than makeup wipes, and it's so much better for your skin. And I've loved this product for years and years and years. But Elemis, not cruelty free. It doesn't mean specifically that they test on animals, but it does mean that either they sell in a market like China where testing on animals is a requirement to sell in the market, which means then yes, they do explicitly test on animals, but then it means that they don't really care about their suppliers of ingredients. I would never take a company's word that they don't test on animals, because that could mean they don't test the overall product on animals, but all of the ingredients in it were tested on animals. Do you know what I mean? There are like certification bodies that exist to actually make sure that a product is cruelty free. When brands don't certify, or they certify and then don't recertify, it just is now going to raise alarm bells for me. So I'm going to start paying more attention to it. Swapping the products that I use. So I've bought an alternative for this, a specifically cruelty-free alternative to this. I'll put it on the screen. I'll test it. I'll let you know how good it is. It's obviously going to be a bit of a journey finding other products that are as effective but also cruelty-free. Last time I told you about my skin base that I use, which is Estee Lauder Double Wear and By Terry CC Serum. I haven't looked at By Terry, but Estee Lauder are not cruelty free. I'm going to be finding a swap for that. I just repurchased it, so I will use it, and then when it comes to restocking it, we're going to find an alternative. Found out last night we have a breeding facility here in the UK that breeds beagles specifically to go to laboratories for product testing. And I can't believe I'm saying these words. Like, I can't believe this is still the world we live in. Like, are we not past that now? Like, I mean, we are scientifically past that. I don't know why this is still a thing. So today we're getting in the car and we're going to go and drive to Camp Beagle, which is the protest site outside of the facility. Kiwi and I are going to go and just spend some time there, hopefully meet the people that run it. And I don't want to go empty-handed, so I might go and pick up some, I don't know, some supplies, some biscuits, some nice things. So yeah, heard about it last night. Today we're going to get in the car and we're going to go drive there. I always want my content to be uplifting and nice little adventures, and for people who are lonely to spend time with us and feel like they've spent time with us. But also I feel so compelled to shine a light on this right now, because I mean, I just can't believe it's still the world that we live in. So I don't want the content to take a dark turn and for it to all be doom and gloom about the poor animals suffering. But I also think we can't turn a blind eye. Good Kenny. Okay, we're gonna get some fuel, pick up some supplies for the camp. As in for the protest site, things like, I don't know, useful things. What do you buy? Pick up a coffee for me, obviously, and then we'll come back, pack the car and hit the road because it's quite a long journey. Okay, so I picked up some things from Asda. Some of these big kitchen towels, always useful to have, so got that for them. I've got some dog treats because I know the owner has dogs and people come and bring their dogs. Bin bags, always useful. Biscuits. This box of tea, guess how much it was? This box of tea from Asda was £6. I feel like, I don't remember the last time I bought tea, but it was definitely not £6 for a box like this last time I bought it. A jar of Nescafe Gold Blend instant coffee. I'm guessing instant coffee is the way to go. This was also £6. Like, what? Cost of living is ridiculous. Oh, these are just some small things that are hopefully going to be helpful for them to have around and for me just not to go empty-handed. Camp Beagle, and then we're just at UE because I've got myself a coffee and one of their bagels to take away. So I'm going to go home and have that, and then we'll pack the car and hit the road. Okay, we've just arrived at the site. We've managed to park just on the side of the road. I've got the provisions here and Kiwi, so it's going to be a bit tricky to film and walk down this road because it's not very safe, so I'll do my best. It looks a bit deserted, but we'll see. No idea what to expect, but we've got to give it a go. We've driven all the way here, so let's go. Hello.
So good, we've got loads of people coming from here and everywhere.
Have you? Yeah, good. How are you?
All right, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Miriam.
Hello, Miriam. Where have you travelled from?
From Oxfordshire. We brought some camp supplies.
Ah.
Sorry, some things might have melted a bit. I'm really sorry about that.
Take them. Right. Come and sit in. There's a load of people in the thingy.
Yeah.
My dog, Pepe, do you know Pepe? She can be a bit.
Will she be all right with Kiwi?
Yeah. All nice to meet you.
All right, nice to meet you too.
This has broken me, you know, as a
I'm
project.
sure it has, yeah.
But this is. I'm having to struggle with my grumpiness because I feel good, you know, because like people coming here. There's people in this tent, they're all just here today, you know. So want to make some space there?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, are you all right?
There's space here. Yeah. Get out and come with me.
Big girly.
Sally over there.
It's all right, we'll get you out here in no time.
A place like this.
When were you here last?
Oh, a long time ago. So we were sabbing up this way. No, grass shoots and protests. And we came on our way back, and I'd never heard of it like you. And it's like, oh my god. Is this the first time you've been here?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
this is.
Grab my phone.
Yes.
Pepe's that look, she always takes her eyes out.
Oh.
Look, Pepe, look. Looky.
probably can't hear it, but we can actually hear the dogs howling in there. It's just actually heartbreaking. We've just spent a bit of time at Camp Beagle. Everyone was so lovely and so hospitable. It was incredible. We might pop back here in the morning. Hopeful that we can. We're going to go check into the hotel now. We're a little bit later than we expected. And I've got no signal to pull up the direction. Wish us luck. Just checked in. So quick and easy. Nice, simple but clean room. Lots of space for Kiwi, and I think she's hungry, ready for her dinner. Tried to have some dinner and I'm not feeling very hungry, don't have much appetite. I think it's really difficult to just carry on with the day knowing that the dogs are still in that place, stuck there on their own, all of them. Yeah, it's just devastating really. Really difficult to just have a meal and stuff and just get on with the day, because it's just the idea of them still being there, you know. Head back over there in the morning before we drive home. It's obviously a lot more kind of heated, and there's a lot more involvement during the week, they said, because obviously that's when people are going in and out and vans are going in and out, taking the puppies to different labs across the UK. Yeah, I just feel really ignorant because I just had no idea. I had absolutely no idea that it was still a thing. I think I just assumed we were past that. And that's obviously quite an ignorant thing to think, but I really did just think we were past it, you know. I really thought we'd moved past that as a society, especially in the UK, and then I only heard about this yesterday, that it still exists and that place exists, MBR exists. It just affected me so much. I was like, I've just got to drive and show support, just be boots on the ground. And usually with this kind of thing I would talk myself out of it, because I really feel like when you are quite an empathetic person, I think you can get really weighed down by causes, and every cause you see can really pull at your heartstrings, and it can become so emotionally draining that I just often think, you know, what am I going to do? What am I going to be able to do about it? It ends up being quite a lazy cop-out, you know, to think that way. So especially when somebody's been camping out there for basically 5 years, trying to rescue them, trying to put pressure on. So yeah, I thought it'd just be good even just to show support for him, for John. Show that people care about what he's doing, the fact that he's living out there, you know, winters, summers, all of it. And he can tell he really cares about the dogs. It's been quite a heavy day really thinking about that, and I really have not had an appetite or desire to kind of just explore or do anything. I think I'm just going to head back in and then we'll head back over, see who's there in the morning. Morning. I'm just going to let Kiwi out to the toilet. She's had some breakfast. Then we're going to go for breakfast. I don't know when I'm going to learn not to get breakfast on the room. It's just so not cost effective for one person. But also, when do I eat breakfast? Like, I never usually eat breakfast unless it's way later in the day. just leaving camp now. Gonna drive home and try and edit this video. It's been a big mix, hasn't it? I'm sorry that it kind of took a bit of a turn, but I just felt so compelled to just drive down here because I'm sure if more people knew about it, I know it's so easy just to turn a blind eye and just not think about it. I do understand that. I do not understand though anybody thinking that this is justified. It's so unnecessary and so cruel, not even very effective. So they're ineffective and cruel. Come down here, you'd be so warmly welcomed. Just follow the pages, show some support. They would be so grateful. What a lovely bunch of people. We had quite a lot of people there today. Great to see people taking a stand for those poor dogs in there. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this kind of thing? Do you think animal testing is still justified? Is this something that we can actively support as a society? Thank you so much for joining us on this video. I hope some aspects of it were still uplifting. It's great to come and meet new people and to gather around a specific cause. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week for another mini adventure.